In this clip, we will learn how to add titles and end credits to your project. So let's get started. As you all know, we have a finished project here. We have all the photographs, we have all the clips lined up, we have got the soundtrack, music track, everything. Now it's time for us to add the title. Okay, so what we can do is there are multiple ways to do this. Either I can press Command T to open this pane, or I can go into title, add a new title. So whichever you want, I would suggest go to add a new title. Now I want a default still. Okay, so I'm going to say that bald eagle, that's the name. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my title. So as you can see, you have a lot of information here. So the thing is, in the selection panel, I would suggest go click the type tool and then click on any place that you want and then say bald eagle. So it's simple, but then if I want to move around, I won't be able to move around because you don't have your selection tool with this arrow mark. So go click on the arrow mark and now you'll be able to move around wherever you want. And also you need to figure out, where exactly you want to make a placement. So to make sure that your title is in alignment with the framing, you can click on this to see where exactly your title will fall under. Okay, this is going to be my first clip and this is where it's going to be, so I can move around here. It's all right, but I think I like this kind of dark left hand bottom corner where I can play around with this. I can increase the size of this, I can increase it this way, whichever I want. So before that, there are a lot of tools out over here. There are like customized font map panels. You can select on this and see which works for you. I think there are like umpty number of ways, color this, and you can see, and also you can even customize your own stuff, new style. So if you don't like any of this stuff, you can just pretty much go with this stuff. But I think I'm just pretty much there's a navigation tool, and you can see which works here, this one or this one or this one. I like this kind of blue kind of stuff. Maybe I think I'll go with this. And also there are a lot of tools on the side here. First I want to talk to you about this tool. This gives you the flexibility of expanding the size of your title. I can make it smaller, I can make it bigger, and this is called the kerning tool. Just now what it does is pretty much spreads out the title, and again, it was something you can find it very convenient. And I'm going to go ahead and make my title go. And you see two windows over here. This is all something called safe margin. What happens is just it gives you a cue. Imagine if you're going to move somewhere here, which means the people will be only able to see only this part. So this is just to give you a cue that it's always safe to stay within this window, first window. So that you should remember all the time. Stay within this particular window. The more you go away, the more you are kind of getting away from the frame, which the people are going to see. So I'm going to go somewhere and keep it over here. And there are also other tools that I think can come in very handy. You can add shadow and strokes and all that. For instance, I can just go with a color. Maybe I think something like this, and then I can increase or decrease the angle of the shadow. I can also add an outer stroke. um, I can increase the size either by going like this. I think it's too hot. So I mean there are like many ways you can play around with your stuff. See which works for you, which doesn't, and again, there is nothing right or wrong. You think this is good, stick with it. If you think you don't like it, change it. Um, so again, it's all about finding what you kind of feel comfortable about. Um, I'm just kind of going to go with this. This is my choice, and I mean, if you're just pretty much done with it, and then again, you can just go ahead and close this, and it's going to be in your bald eagle project. So all you have to do is, your name of the title is bald eagle. All you have to do is just click and drag and drop onto your timeline. Here we go. So again, you can do a lot of stuff. For instance, if you can increase the size or the timing of your title or decrease the time of your title, and as I told you, you also can add a cross dissolve, and also if you think maybe I want some kind of transitions, yes, you can play around with that. So this is the basics of going about having a title for your project. Again, this is some random stuff that I created. You can give any title that you want, which you think is the crux of your project. So let's go ahead and do the end credit. Okay, again, I'm going to go to the title, new title, but this time I'm going to use a default role because there are a lot of people who worked in a project. So I'm going to give a lot of credit for a lot of people who are involved with this project. Remember, it's very important to give credit for all the people who are part of your project. So I think I'm going to go title, new title, default role, and this one I call end credits. Uh, so I'm going to go to my end credits, end credit. So what I'm going to do is this time I'm going to have this as a kind of just a black palette where the credit just rolls over the video. So I'm going to go and click on my text tool, type in my text tool. But here what I did was, since there are a lot of people involved, so I made a Word document so that it makes uh, my life easier. So let me pull up. So I'm going to go copy this. This is some random stuff I created, but you can do whatever you want. You can say like which class you're doing this for and all this stuff. So this is just a rough template which I created. I'm going to go into this and I'm going to press Control Command V, and here I go. So and I go, as you told, so you notice like no, see this is going out of my safe margin, so that's not good. So what I can do is I can first try to kind of center it, and I also can go into my selection tool and move this in such a way that it all stays here. I want my, so you just make sure that you stay within your safe zone, and here is a navigation bar on the side so you can pretty much see where you're starting from. So this is good enough. So my end credit is ready. Let's see how it's come out. Because since it's going to be in a black background, I'm going to have a white, very simple. And again, you can play around this. If you want to change something, you can do that. Um, so let me go into my project. I have to, I'm pressing backspace, so it's bringing my timeline. So I'm going to my end credit. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to click and drag and drop. See, let's see what I have as my end credit. Why it's rushing fast? Because it's trying to kind of convey everything within this 5 seconds. And again, you can adjust the timing. Okay, I'm going to spread it over to like maybe 12 seconds, and now you can see it's kind of goes smoothly so that the viewers will know who is involved in which project. So I think it's very simple. Please go ahead and try and incorporate this in your project, and all the very best.